So what should I do next? Just get started. Do something. Think of something tonight and say, what can I do tomorrow? Can I start a blog? Can I get a domain name? Can I get a Facebook page? Can I get a Twitter account? If you want to take it to another level, look at developing a social media marketing strategy. A blog is very, very important in terms of spreading your content, positioning as a thought leader, and don't forget about optimizing so that Google finds you and other search engines like Bing. Any questions? We've answered quite a few as we've gone along tonight. Yes?
How if you don't have, you're not looking for a problem to solve? Like how this is the product and you just want to get out there? Like you've been focusing on finding a problem and just trying to solve it.
Yeah.
But how if you just have a product and you just want to get it out there?
Well, those products generally solve a problem, whether it's they want to make money, okay, they want to reduce pain, they've got a store back and they want a product that fixes it. They need an answer to a problem they need to do to attend the morning CEO meeting. They want to be entertained.
Like a t-shirt with a design on it, and you have some really good designs, how does that solve the problem?
They want to look, their problem is they want to look cool with their friends. Okay, so you've really got to think about where they are at.
Can I just make a comment on that? Is what you're talking about there is when we talk about solving people's problems, to some people just a plain white t-shirt, all it is about just something to put on in the morning. But for other people, a certain pattern, a certain brand, that's heaven on earth to them.
It's looking cool.
Feels part of a tribe, they feel cool, they might have an artistic bent themselves, so there's humour in whatever it is. That's a solution to them.
Yes?
Just a quick question. At what point did you sort of see that what you were doing online was sort of gaining traction and sort of growing? And do you find that as your audience is growing, you're spending more time with social media, or sort of like still the same?
I automated some of what I do.
Yeah.
And there's tools that are emerging all the time to do that. I also changed my habits. I get up at 4:30 every morning and write a blog post. 5 days a week. And the reason I do that is because I actually love what I do. So you might want to think about it. If you're not enjoying what you do, maybe you'll need to think about what you're doing. But if generally in business, people that are passionate about what they do very well. Okay, it comes from that.
And the traction?
Okay, the traction I noticed when I started to have people nominate me onto awards. I noticed when General Motors social media director and the social media director for Ford actually contacted me via Twitter and wanted me to share their information because of what I'd written. My traffic increased, started getting noticed. So yeah, just signposts along the way. And yeah, Phil.
If you want to do a kind of like a webinar, is it better to do a webinar or do a actual YouTube, post your seminar on YouTube? What's the...
Webinars are becoming more and more popular, and they can be a very efficient way to actually spread your content. It depends on your audience. If your audience is very comfortable in that space, it's going to work. If you're dealing with a more traditional audience, it's going to be more difficult. But there have been some very successful webinars run. There's one being run by Social Media Examiner at the moment. It's a Facebook summit. They ran one last year on a social media summit. It generated $900,000 in revenue. They had, I believe, about 900 people turn up and spent $400 on a virtual conference. So webinars do work, yes. But that's very much in the social media digital space. So you've got to be aware of what your audience is comfortable with and experiment, because it doesn't cost you much to put it on. Yes?
So if we're spending money on a Google ad, and I've been told that our competitors just need to get up early in the morning and hit out ad about 20 times and it's taken off.
Right, because you've got a budget limit. Yeah. Is
there any way we can get around that?
I don't look after the PPC area of the company. Patrick does. Maybe Patrick might be able to help you with that after the event, Pat. So we can help you with that. All right. That's not my area of expertise. So yes.
Jeff, I enjoy your tweets on Twitter. Thank
Right.
you very much. But I notice they often repeat.
Yes.
What rule do you use? You've got a global audience, obviously,
Yeah.
so you must send some out at night, some during the day for Australia.
I run them 24/7.
Ah.
Yeah, and
How often do you repeat each one?
every 36 hours. So not repeated for a day and a half. But because of the blog posts have actually increased in number, I actually need to refine them now so they're spread over a longer time because they're compacting. So what you're doing with your strategy is you're constantly refining it as your presence grows and as your activity grows. So I use a tool called Social Oomph to actually automate the post to get it out because it does it. I was doing it all manually and yeah, I nearly had a divorce. Just like, I think Jennifer Aniston got rid of John Mayer, I think, because he tweeted too much. So I decided it was time to actually use an automation tool. Any other questions just to finish up?
Do you suggest using Social Link as the best one to do your automation, or TweetDeck, or what do you find is the best one?
TweetDeck's more a manual tool. Social, I use the professional version, which is about $27 a month. The actual free version doesn't do it. There are other software platforms, but I found Social Oomph to be actually, I'm comfortable with it. It works for me. So I use it because it's something I've got used to and does it quite efficiently. Any other questions? Thanks for coming along. I really, really appreciate it for coming out on a weekday night. But before you go, I've got one shameless plug. In fact, we need to go back because I hit the button too hard. We're actually giving you the chance and other people a chance to win a $65,000 business makeover, including a website and marketing, business coaching. This is very social media centric. You can enter online. There's only 3 easy steps. There's actually a soft launch this Friday. So actually just entering your details. You get extra points for doing a YouTube video. So what we're after is if you're socially vibrant and you're willing to share and spread the word, you give yourself the best chance of winning it. So it's a genuine prize. The website build is significant. The coaching is significant. Total value of $65,000, and we're launching it on Friday softly, and it will be we'll be announcing it via our email as well and on our social media channels. All right, sorry about the shameless plug, but I just had to get it in. Thanks for coming along.
Thank you.